Hey everybody, welcome to another comic book review. In this video, I'll be talking about Volume 3 of Locke Key. It's called Crown of Shadows. This book basically delves further into the situation of the Locke family. The first two books, they were put through some pretty tough situations, and it only increases from there in this one. In the last book, Volume 2, Kinsey removed, using the head key, she removed her fear and her sadness. So now she's not scared of anything, and she's no longer able to cry about anything. So you kind of see how that impacts her life and also the lives of her friends. And this book introduces us to, or I guess there was a brief moment where we were kind of introduced to these two characters in Volume 2, but in this volume, this third volume, we really get introduced to two of my favorite characters in the entire series. We have Scott Kavanaugh, this guy here, and then his best friend, Jamal Saturday. These two, any part of this series that they're in, I love. Their characters are wonderful. And just seeing like their friendship with Kinsey and some of the other characters in the series is great. As I've said in the past two reviews for Volume 1 and 2 of this series, Joe Hill's character work in this series is just absolutely on a whole nother level. It's so good. I don't think I've ever read any characters in another comic that felt this relatable, this real. I mean, there have been close seconds and third places for characters that are memorable in other comics, but like the ones in these, like there is not a single character that is underdeveloped or doesn't get enough time. Even like the more small characters get more than enough time to really gain some insight into their situation, and the reader is allowed to kind of see the things that they're dealing with. One of my favorite things about this volume in particular is it ventures even further down into like some of the heavier situations that Nina Locke, the mom, is dealing with. She, ever since the incident that kind of kicked off the whole series with her husband getting killed, she has developed kind of a drinking problem. And so this volume gets further into that, and you get to see kind of, how she's trying for her family, but like at the same time, it's very difficult, and people don't want to be around her because she has this drinking problem, and it's negatively impacting her and the people around her. And the final chapter in this volume is like haunting because you get to see kind of like some real like emotional weight finally start to kind of come out of the woodwork. Not that there weren't emotional moments in the first two volumes, but like this one kind of starts venturing further into that. And it also introduces the Shadow Key, which is super, super cool. There's this Crown of Shadows that if you put the key in the Crown of Shadows, basically you gain access to all the shadows in Key House, and you can control them, and they take different shapes and forms, and they're very powerful. And so whenever Dodge obtains access to this Shadow Key, it becomes quite a problem for the Locke family and really anybody who comes near Key House. There's also a really, really cool series of like, there's this great fight scene towards the end between Tyler Locke and one of the giant like shadow monsters. and it's like it takes up entire pages. It's supposed to kind of like be a kind of an homage to old like giant size issues, specifically in superhero comics. Very, very cool stuff. This volume kind of continues the tradition of what Locke and Key is most known for, what I love it most for, which is great characters, great art, great writing, wonderful world building, and a lot of magic and like dark fantasy and all the fun stuff, while also maintaining a very grounded sense of realism at the same time. This book is great. I cannot wait to talk to you guys about the rest of the volumes in this series. But these were my thoughts on Crown of Shadows, Locke and Key Volume 3. As always, thank you for watching, and look forward to more videos in the future. Have a great day.